Hello, loves. Welcome. I've lost count of what episode we're on, but welcome back to the Wild Feminine Way podcast. Today we're going to be talking about navigating difficult emotions, and also I will be sharing, my hat looks really funny from this angle, some Black Friday deals. I'm about to literally put it down here. Oh my god, it looks even funnier from there. Why does it look like that today? Whatever, we're going with it. All right, let me pull up everything in my Facebook group. If you ever listen to the podcast and you're not listening in the Facebook group, by the way, please join the Facebook group if you ever want to. I want to do it. Come join me on these lives. And if you're listening in the Facebook group, all of these podcasts episodes exist on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. All right, so welcome on, loves. I'm just pulling up my notes. Today, like I said, we're going to be talking about navigating difficult emotions and Black Friday sales. I feel like those two things sound like they're not connected, but they actually are. So let me know how you're doing in the comments below. Thank you for coming on. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking down on my computer at my notes so that I don't lose my train of thought. Let me know if you're live in the comments below or if you're on the replay. And yeah, let's dive in without further ado. So the reason I felt called to do this podcast is because it's actually totally different what I was going to talk about on social media this weekend. I didn't even plan on doing a second podcast this week. But yesterday was Thanksgiving for those of us in the US. And Thanksgiving and the holidays can bring up lots of emotions. They can be triggering depending on the people that we're around. Even the people that we love in the world most, like our families, can trigger some of the biggest things in us, honestly. Now, I wasn't with my family this holiday because that's throwing me off because I can see myself on the video on my computer. So I wasn't with my family this holiday because I'm in San Diego. I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb because now I'm getting a million text messages. All right, we're just going to go with it. So yeah, so much can come up. And despite all of this too, a lot of times, maybe if you're single, let me know if you can relate because I've been single for many years, it can often bring up loneliness during the holidays specifically. And this is totally normal. Anything and everything that you're feeling, not just on the holidays, but any day, is totally normal. It's totally valid. And we also, I keep remembering, just entered Mercury retrograde again this week. I think it was on Monday it started. So Mercury retrograde always brings up old triggers, patterns, lessons to the surface for another layer of healing, for awareness, for us to have an epiphany that maybe we didn't get about it before. And to be honest, yesterday was a really emotional day for me. It was highs and lows, definitely a roller coaster. So many beautiful things. I talked about this on my Instagram stories yesterday. I was kind of on this high from doing my membership call the day before, and Aaron, who's in my membership, we were just talking about, I actually pulled a card from this Oracle of the Unicorns for her the other night. Well, it was during the day on membership call, and it was about celebration, and we were just we had a conversation about how oftentimes we don't celebrate ourselves enough. We're so focused on what's next and what's next and what's next, and that's definitely been me in so many ways. It's probably not in my stories anymore, actually. I feel like I saved it on one of my highlights. But yeah, sometimes we just keep moving on and moving on and moving on. And I shared basically that because it's been 9 years since I got my prior business to 6 figures, and I'm working on rebuilding my current business now. And sometimes I feel like I'm so far away from that. But sometimes it also feels like, well, I've already done that 9 years ago. That feels boring. Let's go for multiple 6 figures, 7 figures and beyond. But then it's also ironic because that's such an egoic thing, because I'm actually not motivated by money. I'm motivated by helping people and having freedom. So that's a side tangent. But I was able to be in this energy yesterday of being in complete awe of myself and all that I have overcame, healed, and all that it's taken me to completely rebuild I'm still in the rebuilding phase, my business and my life in every area. And just being so fucking proud of myself, because like I feel like I've had shit that's happened to me the last 2 years that would, like, most people might not have gotten back up. Let's just say it that way. That's a whole other story for a whole other day. I actually think I have a whole Google document of content that I write out for podcast ideas, for programs, for social media. So I think I did put that in the social media one this morning. But yeah, sometimes we are just so fucking hard on ourselves, and we can numb out our emotions. But I was just being so in awe of myself and all that I've done, and just being so grateful. Like, I went on a walk, and I hadn't been out on a walk in a little while. I've been doing like at-home exercise the last week or so, and I went on a walk, and I was just like, I'm so fucking grateful to live here in San Diego. And like, I was back in my hometown in South Carolina for almost 4 years, and I'm just so goddamn grateful that's all over. Like, that had its beautiful gifts to it, but it was also extremely challenging, and I went through like the hardest, darkest years of my life while being there. And I was just like so happy, so in awe also of like how much progress I've made. And we're gonna get to the emotions part as well in a second, but I'm feeling called to talk about this. So in awe of like the progress I've made within my own body image journey and healing that, and my self-love journey. So for me to like be in awe of myself yesterday, and I felt that way many times lately as well, and many times in even my self-pleasure practice, which is very relevant to something I'm gonna talk about at the end of this call. It was so huge for me because I'm someone that struggled with self-love off and on for my entire life. And yes, I've taught about it in my programs for years, and it's because I've struggled with it and overcome it in so many ways, but there's still so many more layers also that I am healing and overcoming. So that was just like a tangent that wanted to come through. And because I always want to help pay it forward, if you want to heal any of the things I just talked about, make sure you stay on to the end of this, because I am going to talk about something I'm adding to my Black Friday sale. If you want to navigate that, if you want to heal your relationship with yourself, with your body image, with your sexuality, your sensuality, and fall madly in love with yourself in your life, and receive more than you ever have in your life. And emotions is very connected to that. So before I dive into more of what I wanted to talk about today with navigating difficult emotions, I'm just feeling like we need to breathe for a minute. Place a hand over your heart, hand over your belly. Land into this present moment. Feeling the surface beneath you, whatever you're sitting or lying on. Just feeling held, feeling supported. Feeling the loving energy of the universe, of the angels, the goddesses, God, whatever you believe in. Knowing that whatever you're going through right now, you're so loved and so supported, truly. Even if things look like they are going backwards, you're even closer to reaching your goals than you think, is what I'm hearing. And I intentionally put on heart chakra music in the background because it felt like our hearts needed some love today. And again, today is Friday, huh? I always do a podcast on Venus Day Friday, which is all about our heart. Just dropped my coochie crystal on the floor. So just feel this beautiful, loving energy of Mother Gaia, of the angels and goddesses, of this music. I don't even know if you can hear it. Let me try to turn it up a little. Feel it bathing away any sadness, any grief, any heaviness, any loneliness, any lack of self-love, any hardness, anywhere you're not feeling compassion towards yourself or others. I'm going to turn it back down because sometimes it'll like drown it out where you can't hear me. At least it does that on Zoom. Okay. Just taking a deep breath in. And sigh it out. Sound. Move your body, stretch, shake it out. I'm trying to be mindful that I don't flash you because I don't have a bra on and this thing keeps falling down. Just shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Letting go of any tension, frustration, anger, resentment. Oh, I feel so much in the throat chakra right now that needs to come out. So maybe somebody here needs to scream. Maybe you need to journal. I feel like you need to purge in some way. I'm just asking Archangel Michael to clear our throat chakra right now, cutting any cords. Okay, wow, that felt very like a huge clearing. And then open your eyes whenever you're ready. I'm trying to find my crystal that fell on the floor. And trying to not flash. Okay, loves. That felt really supportive and like a nice little hug. I did this on a previous live, but I am not a certified crystal healer. However, I'm not certified in any kind of healings actually, but I intuitively just know how to do healings. So just feeling this beautiful rose quartz energy washing over you, clearing out anything from your third eye that is blocking you from having compassion for yourself or for others, or from being able to see miraculous outcomes, and from your crown as well. Miraculous outcomes that are possible and available to you. We're doing another clearing off of the throat. There still feels like there's some heaviness in the throat, so highly recommend doing some throat chakra work today. Feeling it over your heart, solar plexus. Solar plexus feels heavy too. I feel like the message is it's time to step into your fucking power and stop second guessing yourself. You can ask the angels for assistance with this. None of this is what I plan on doing today, but this is what's happening. Feeling it over your sacral and your root. Beautiful. I'm just gonna run this Lemurian quartz over you, over your aura. Clearing out any fears from the root. Any fear and anxiety about money. Any of the root chakra stuff. Archangel Michael, please help to cut any cords in this area, clear out any dense, heavy energy. Please do it over this lifetime, past lifetime, previous lifetimes, any other lifetime in between, all the way back to the beginning of time. Okay, it is complete, and so it is. All right, random energy healing today. I needed that too. Okay, we haven't even talked about what I intended to yet today. Let me look at my notes. So, okay, yeah. Like I was saying, I just felt guided to come on and check on everybody's hearts because so much can come up during the holidays, so many triggers. And these are opportunities for us to heal. And they might not feel good. You might be thinking like, why is this happening? Why am I presented with this type of person again, this type of situation? Like you feel like you've done so much healing. But the thing is like we heal in layers. And again, like I said, it's Mercury retrograde, so stuff is going to be coming up to be healed in another layer. And what really helps me when stuff is coming up is to look at what the blessing is from the situation and what is the lesson. And when you're feeling triggered, when you're feeling sad, you have to pour back into your heart because your little heart has just been going through it. So like I didn't even finish the story earlier. Yesterday I had an emotional day of highs and lows. I explained the highs earlier. The lows were like missing my family, missing my cat, And there was just like certain situations that I was presented with yesterday where I felt a very judgmental energy towards me, and from different situations, and like this harsh energy. I'm trying to best think how to explain it. As you all know, I am a very open book. I'm very transparent. I mean, you heard me talk about my 20-hour date the other day and him going down on me for 5 times. But this is something that is more of a sensitive topic that I have to be more private about to like essentially protect other people, other people's privacy or whatever the word is. But yeah, I was just in this situation, and you know, honestly, a lot of times the reason I've been single for so long and like don't always have lots of friends or don't always hang out with lots of people is because I would rather be by myself and hang out by myself than to be around people who like hurt my heart and aren't my people and have a harsher energy and aren't heart-centered people. And I've come to terms with like that is just how it is for me, because a lot of times what happens for me, and let me know if you can relate to this, definitely feels like an empath thing. It's like I don't really feel lonely like I used to, and that's actually something I'm going to be adding tools about, like how I've transformed that and like had this glow up in that area, to one of the new programs I'm adding to the Black Friday sale, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it can often make you feel worse and more lonely after hanging out with people that aren't your people and that are in more of like a harsh, not heart-centered energy. So that's why I'm just like, what the fuck ever, I'll just hang out by myself because I have fucking fun by myself and I don't care. I'm just like paying attention to the page because it tells me on my phone who's coming on the live, but I cannot read if there's any comments from my phone. I saw Carlos come on. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Sarah. Miss you, beautiful Sarah, boo. All right. But the thing is that sometimes our energy alone can trigger other people. So that could be because they're seeing something within us that they don't like within themselves, or it could be like we embody an energy that essentially they want to embody, but they can't for whatever reason. And I really wish I could just explain this fucking situation, and there is a chance that I will be able to soon. Next weekend I will be moving. So yeah, I'm just looking through my notes. But yeah, I'm scrolling through my notes. I feel like I already talked about everything. So all of that to say, like, I went through this interesting experience yesterday. I was very sad. Last night I was like in the bath and I was just like crying and I was praying and listened to some YouTube videos that helped me feel better to a degree. And then I still woke up and felt terrible this morning. So I talked to my best friend. I did some cacao. I did a bath. I did some dance. I did some energy healing. Took another bath. And just like, again, like I said earlier, poured back into my heart chakra, into myself. So when we're going through these triggering situations, these situations where we're having really heavy emotions, we have to be our own best friend. And we really have to pour back into our heart, like I was saying. And there's other steps that I do in this kind of like little process that I formulated on my own over the last couple years that I teach in all of my programs. But I just felt guided to come on and talk about these things today, and also to let you know that if you experience some weird situations, I know it's not Thanksgiving for everybody that's here, because I know I have people in lots of different countries, which I love that. But this applies to any time, because it doesn't have to be a holiday to be around people who you feel triggered by or that cause all these like heavy emotions to come up within you. And I know for me yesterday, like, again, I was, with all that I said, like, I just felt like this harsh energy of like judgment towards me, and like I just felt really like misunderstood and unseen, and it just made my heart sad. But I also know that I'm not everyone's fucking cup of tea, and I'm kind of like a love me or hate me person, so that's completely fine. But it doesn't mean that even though I feel that way and I'm a very strong person, it doesn't mean sometimes it doesn't hurt when you're around these types of energies. So again, you really just have to look after yourself, look after your heart, pour back into yourself. A lot of times our inner child just really needs some love. Like I was doing a lot of inner child work last night and this morning as well. And yeah, that's what I want to share about for today. Like I said, I teach all the different steps more on navigating heavy emotions within my programs. And I want to just say that so many of us can be afraid to look at our emotions, especially the heavy ones. And this was me for years and years and years, until when my soulmate kitty cat passed away almost a year and a half ago now. I was like so terrified because I've been depressed plenty of times in my life before, and I did not want to be depressed again. Like sometimes it's unavoidable, but I was like committed to like figuring this shit out. So that's when I really started these different processes that I now teach in my programs about how to navigate your emotions and not numb out, not run away from them, because they can be scary. But the thing is when you sit with them and you actually look at them, number one, they're not as scary as you think they are. Number two, it's very liberating. Number three, you start to feel safe within yourself and your body. And number four, it allows you to feel all of the feelings, like the high feelings, the bliss, the ecstasy, the joy. You feel it even more. And when we can't feel these lower vibrational emotions, sorry, I'm getting distracted because there's like a person that just pulled up in the parking lot and there's like a dude walking this way, but maybe he's not coming up here. Anyways, you're blocking yourself out from feeling so much when you can't look at the heavy shit. And it's fucking scary and terrifying at first, but that, like, it has changed my life so much, because I always used to be that person that would numb out and run away from everything and like be codependent on other people. Or I would have such bad anxiety with my feelings because I would keep numbing out and avoiding them, and I would feel like fucking shit all the time. And I don't feel any of those ways anymore. Like I gladly am like, okay, let's fucking lay in bed, let's cry, let's like fucking rage, let's get this shit out. And I've been able to receive so much more pleasure and bliss and ecstasy in so many ways now that I don't cram all the stuff down that I'm afraid to look at. And also when we cram emotions down that we're afraid to look at, it causes us to have emotional blockages in our body that can lead to being sick and to different diseases. And yeah, so that's a whole tangent. But that also goes into, I'm going to pull one card really quick. But that goes into the new program that I'm adding to the Black Friday sale, which I'm so fucking excited about. It is called Sensual Queen, and it's all about essentially how I've been able to step into receiving more than I ever have in my entire life with manifestations, sexually, gifts, all the things. How I've been able to heal my relationship with my body and my body image and my sexuality and all the things I was talking about earlier. And yeah, it's essentially navigating your emotions and tapping into that also as part of this process. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but that is a new program that I'm creating, and I've been like putting all these new offerings out there, and then my intuition is like, okay, we like this, but do this other one now and switch this date up. So I will talk about this in a minute. Like all my Black Friday sales I've mentioned are still applicable, but I'm just changing the dates around for some of them. So like my business program I've been talking about, that one's going to start in January now, and the Sensual Queen is going to start December 5th. So talk more about that in a minute. What is the one message that my beautiful friends listening to this need to hear right now? I'm hearing like play more, get out of your head, have some goddamn fun. And we have possibility. Raise your standards, elevate your expectations, you have unlimited potential. So I was feeling that earlier, that a lot of people on here may be like freaking out about money or something like that, navigating things in your life. As I've been saying, I'm navigating some huge changes and I'm in some unknown situations with my life in this area as well. But it's like, don't keep settling for just enough is what I'm hearing. Like it's time to believe in more. It's time to just, it says unlimited potential. Anything is motherfucking possible. Anything you can think of, it is possible. you wouldn't be able to think of it if it wasn't possible. That doesn't really make sense how I said that. But it's like, if it is in your head, it's for a reason. It's because your heart wants it. And essentially there's like some other version of you living that on a different timeline. So stop playing it small when it comes to your goals and desires, and follow your motherfucking heart is what I'm hearing. Let me see if there are any comments that are coming in. It keeps telling me there's people on here, but I'm not seeing comments. So maybe you guys are quiet today, and that is fine. Let me know what I've shared so far, how it's landed with you, if it resonates, if it's helpful. And yeah, like, big things are coming. I'm being drawn to this card that I put on my desk this morning that I pulled for myself. The Empress Tree. Catalyst for change. Clarity, freedom, and unbinding. So yeah, like, December starts this weekend, and December's going to be a whole new motherfucking energy. And right now, like, we've been going through like a clear out a lot, like the last 6 months or so. And the freedom is coming. Like, I feel like we're getting clarity right now about what is holding us back, that we need to have the unbinding from, like it says. And we also need to be in this root energy, like I was saying earlier with the root chakra. Be grounded. Grounding is like one of the most helpful things also with navigating difficult emotions, but as well as I lost my train of thought of what I was just saying. It's very important right now, essentially. I don't know what else I was going to say. All right. So, like I said, well, I already basically talked about the new program, Sensual Queen. We're starting on the 5th, and it's a live program, which I'm super fucking excited about. Like I said, it is essentially here to help you tap into receiving mode and receive more than you ever have before with your manifestations, to help you heal your relationship with your sexuality and with your body image, to help you love yourself. And yeah, there's just like so much more to it that I will say, and I'm not going to go all into it just for the sake of time. But that is now part of the Black Friday sale. I'm looking at my notes. It's 20% off until the 1st. All of the Black Friday sales end on the 1st. So we have that program. We have 40% off of all my self-paced programs. We have $44 a month off of my monthly membership. The price increases on 12/1. And then the business program I was talking about that I'm pushing off till January, that's all about being in your feminine energy and stepping into your authenticity in your business and social media. That is on beta launch pricing, so it's lower than it's ever going to be. ever. It's a super affordable price. It's all making it super affordable for you. There's payment plans, all of that. And yeah, if you really want to be part of something and one of the payment plans that you're seeing on the page doesn't like fit with your budget, then reach out to me and we can chat and see if we can figure something out that works for both of us. It's like a win-win for both of us, because honestly, like I said earlier, I am not motivated by money. I am motivated by helping people, and I wanted to do these Black Friday sales so that I can help as many people as possible, because my life has transformed and changed so fucking much the last 13 years. Like, I've been able to have so much freedom, so much abundance, to live all over the world, to heal eating disorders, to heal anxiety, to stop giving a motherfucking fuck what other people think about me. Like I was saying earlier, just a few minutes ago, healing my body image, healing, like, I used to feel so uncomfortable, like, being sexual or sensual, and like, I've had huge shifts with that lately. And like, there's so much more that I could say, but there are so many transformations that I've had. I realized I don't talk about them as much as I used to, so I'm going to be sharing more of my stories on social media. And like, I'm just a girl from a small town in South Carolina, so if I can do this shit and live all over the world and create the kind of life that I've lived, and create the businesses and the freedom and the income that I've been able to over the years, I just want to help other people do that. And if I can do it, anybody can fucking do it. So yeah, I also have tons of courses in my archive that aren't on my website anymore. Like, I have a bunch on business that aren't on there right now. I have a bunch on confidence. I feel like I have some on sales. I have a few smaller courses that are like 5-day courses about abundance. I don't remember what the other one is. They might both be about abundance. So those aren't on my website, but there's a lot of shit on my website already. So yeah, reach out if you would like to talk more about any of those things. There is also an option to work with me one-on-one that you can add on to the Sensual Queen program and also the business program. And even though the business program is not starting until January now, if there are people that want to sign up ahead of time, I'm going to do something special for you in December so that you don't have to wait until January, essentially. So yeah, I don't know what it is yet, but there is an option to do business coaching one-on-ones with me with that. So there's lots of different ways to work with me. Yeah, I think that's it. I love you all so much. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're feeling. Are you feeling the shifts? Are you feeling the energetic shifts with Mercury retrograde? Like we have the new moon tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, the new moon in Sagittarius. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to pull you guys one more card. I don't know why. Jesus. Okay, we got one, but I feel like we need two more. What's a message of encouragement that my collective listening to this needs to know? And then I'm really going to hang up because I need to go. My hair looks crazy. That is a lot. That's too many. I feel like it's just this one because they're like, there's too many coming out. We have rebirth, reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, create a new reality. Like I was saying, there is a huge shift coming. So believe this. Believe that it is fucking coming in. And in the Sensual Queen program, it is a big program of manifestation. So it will be helping you to rebirth that new you. And I love that this card is orange, which is the sacral chakra, which is literally all about your sensuality and receiving. So yeah, like in order to step into receiving mode, you've got to clear those blockages, which we'll talk about how to do that in the program. But it is there. You just have to believe it and you have to clear the blocks. So yeah, if you want to do that, check out Sensual Queen. I will link out. Oh my God, what am I trying to say? I will copy and paste all the links for the Black Friday sales below. Actually, I did put them all up on one page on my website earlier today. I forgot about that. But I will do that with all the sales, and then I'll also post a link to the new Sensual Queen program as well. Excuse me, in the comments. All right, it's 222 here as we hang this up. Love you all so much. Thank you for being here. I will see you very soon.